Let's face it, drawing hands in perspective might be the hardest thing an artist ever has to do. I mean, this just looks like a bunch of sausages strapped to a potato. So I constructed this 4-step method to draw hands in perspective perfectly no matter your skill level. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I promise that if you watch this video, your drawings will significantly improve. And the last trick at the end of the video will be what takes your hand drawings from looking like this to looking like this, but remember that none of this will work unless you watch each and every step. The first thing you need to know is that the palm of the hand roughly resembles this 3D shape, so make sure you draw the shape the appropriate size to fit your reference. But how? Well, that is exactly what you will learn in the last step of this video. The reason the shape is 3-dimensional is because the hand isn't just a flat plane, rather a 3D shape. Just trust me, you'll understand in a few minutes. Anyways, now it's time for the part that people struggle with the most. The fingers. Okay, this may seem like it's a little overcomplicated at first, but just trust me, because all you have to do is draw 3 circles for each knuckle and connect them with lines. And yes, this is a little unnecessary for just a flat hand like we are drawing right now, but I promise you'll thank me once we actually move on to drawing hands in crazy positions and in perspective. Also, keep in mind that the middle finger is the longest and the pinky is the shortest. Now, the third step to this method is the details. After this step, you should be able to draw hands better than you did before this video. So before we move on to actually drawing hands in perspective, make sure you like and follow for more tutorials like this, or else your next hand drawing will end up looking like this. Now, I don't want to spend too long for this part, but the most important thing you should know is that you just have to connect the knuckles while adding some simple detail like this. Remember to lightly add wrinkles where the hand folds. And for the back view, similarly add wrinkles at the finger joints, but also add the nails and some simple details for the knuckles like this. But this hand isn't even drawn in perspective. And that is what brings us to our final step that we've been waiting for. Because you can't draw hands in perspective, especially in foreshortening, looking like a T-Rex. One of the most important steps to drawing hands in perspective is the proportions. But the quick method that will completely evolve your artwork is called the vanishing point. Basically, the vanishing point is the starting point of an object in perspective. And all you have to do is just draw these lines coming out of it and understand that shapes and objects will progressively get bigger as they move away from the point. Now, when using the vanishing point to draw arms and hands in foreshortening, you need to use the shoulder as your vanishing point while drawing the lines coming out, using circles as reference points, and using the third circle to draw your hand in. If you use the vanishing point, your proportions should no longer look off, as you can now understand the consistency at which the arm and hand looks bigger in foreshortening. Now you should have all the skills you need to unlock the skill of drawing hands in perspective, so let's put these steps together and use this method on this example right here. For now, we're going to practice drawing this hand pose without the vanishing point to get used to, morphing the palm shape in different angles and drawing the fingers in different positions. Feel free to pause or slow down the video to help follow along. So let's go ahead and add our circles and lines to represent the fingers and understand their positioning. And remember, I am using a manga style, but this method works in any style. All you have to do is draw the details slightly differently to match your style. Usually the more detail you add, the more realistic, and the less detail, the less realistic. Now, after drawing the guidelines, you can go ahead and lightly erase. Then go over with detail. Now that you've had some practice drawing hands in perspective, you're now ready to draw them on an actual character. Okay, now let me show you how you can actually apply this method using a character and vanishing point. So remember that the shoulder will represent the vanishing point as the arm comes out of it. Now just draw the 3 circles to understand the parts of the arm, as well as the size of the palm. Then we draw our palm shape, which in this example is sideways. So let's go ahead and add our circles and lines to represent the fingers and understand their positioning. Remember that this is just about the hardest hand pose that anyone can possibly draw. So don't worry if your hand perspective drawings don't come out great the first few times. Although many people learn to draw the hand without these guidelines, I promise they'll make your job much easier rather than just jumping straight into the details without any guidelines. Okay, it is time to erase and add detail. When connecting the circles, just keep in mind that the front of the fingers will curve out, while the back will be pretty flat since there is more fat stored on the front of the hand. And after adding some finishing touches, boom, you have just learned to draw a hand in perspective. The final tip to help you as a growing artist is to check out my channel for more tutorials.